let's see what I can come up with today. This morning, I woke up way later than what I had expected to. When you drive trucks, sometimes that happens because you get to the point where you're tired, you pull over and you think, okay, I'll get a little bit of sleep here and I'll be okay. And next thing you know, you're 8-10 hours beyond what you really wanted to sleep. Anyhow, with truck driving, there's a lot of things that happen that make it to where you can't really plan your days. You can plan what you like to do, and then life happens. Say, for instance, I would like to have 1 or 2 loads a day, and be able to load locally, if I can, and load the actual trucks, and then maybe haul one on those days. And that's kind of the way I try to do it. And it doesn't always work that way. And I'm going to be talking to everybody about basically the truck driving job in general, not any particular company, any particular area, just as a truck driver. Before I actually ever went on the road, before I ever actually decided that I wanted to do this more than just hauling grain locally for, the local farmer, when I finally made a decision to start driving truck, I didn't know what I was stepping into. And I had ideas. I seen a lot of these guys have some nice vehicles, and a lot of guys going out buying a new truck and stuff after a couple of years, and I'm like, man, they might be making some good money, so it's going to be a good industry. The thing is that a lot of people don't understand is regular jobs, you might be going and having an 8-hour or maybe a 10-hour schedule, and that's your day. And then, like with Boilermaking, like I used to do Boilermaking, working in the power plants, doing construction and high rigging and stuff. But we knew every day when we went in, this was the time we started, this is the time we ended, and this is when we went home. During the day, the job duties might change. Sometimes the job duties were pretty much the same every day. You're going to go in here and you're going to do this. Well, the same thing with the fast food industry, other industries. You have a concept of what your day is going to be like. Yes, things are going to change here and there, but it's generally have a concept. With driving, if you're on a designated route, you pretty much know I'm going to come get my load, this is where I'm going, dropping off, coming back here. You pretty much know that. But a lot of the drivers out here don't have that. A lot of the drivers that come out here for months at a time and never go home. And the saddest part about that is it becomes such a normal routine for them, and it's not like that's what they had planned. It's just that's the way it works. You don't go home. And like with me this week, I started my week out, and I got my loads. I went ahead and worked my days off that I had planned, my scheduled days off, because of the fact of other scheduling issues, that I went ahead and did some other things first, and then instead of taking those extra 2 days off, I just went ahead and decided to work. So getting out here and trying to plan, okay, I'm going to be back in the area on this day, I can see you on that day, hey, can you come by on this day? That's kind of what I've been trying to do. That's been hit and miss. Luckily, I have a fiance and family that makes an effort to come where I'm at, which is great. My fiance brought me dinner at the beginning of the week one night, and I call it supper, she calls it dinner, so I'm trying to be respectful on this. But she brought me dinner over, and I got to see was a great visit. I love it when they do that for me. It makes everything easier for me. Because I don't have to sit there and stress, oh man, I didn't make it home another night. I also can't expect, my fiance to do that all the time, and a lot of drivers, their family can't. I mean, they've got obligations that just allow them to do it. And so when you're out there and you're seeing a driver and he seems extra stressed, or he seems like he's in a hurry, and he's barreling down the road, which nowadays in these trucks, we're talking 75 max usually. It's not like the truck can't go any faster. It's that there's things put on these engines to stop you from going any faster. And there's nothing we can do about it. We get a lot of these cars, like right now, this vehicle's passing me like I'm standing still. And, a lot of times I'll look over and smile and wave, and they're giving me the finger. Why? Because I'm deterring their rush day. And here I got a camper, or not a camper, but a truck hauling a horse trailer, a farmer, a rancher. He's in a rush, passing on a no passing zone curve with a semi coming from the other direction. Smart move. But again, I'm kind of regulated on what I can go. So people don't take that into account. Here, they're in such a rush in their days, so they can get back home. And I might not get home tonight. And, poor old me. No, that's not why I'm saying that. I'm saying have some respect when you're passing these truck drivers. We're doing this, one, because it's what takes care of our family. Two, we're doing this because it needs to be done. Somebody needs to do it. And, if we don't do it, somebody else is going to do it. If they don't do it, that's just the way it is. Am I making lots of money? No. Can I make lots of money? Well, yeah, but. That's the key word there, but. Why? Because if I want to make that kind of money, I have to say, honey, I'm not going to make it home tonight. Honey, I won't see you for the next 5 days or 6 days or a month, depending on who I work for or where I'm at. And that's the way it is for us. So again, when you're out there and you're thinking that we're out here to make your day worse, here's another semi, he's just taking his time, and oh my God, look, he's got 10 cars behind him. Well, unless he's going 45 miles an hour in a 75 mile an hour zone, give him a break. If that guy's going 45 miles an hour in a 75 mile an hour zone, and he's not overloaded or anything like that, like an oversized load, well, chances are he's lollygagging and he's just not got his head wrapped up in what he's doing. Most of us, we put the throttle down and we try to go as fast as we legally can. And now there's those of you out there that sit there and they hate that. Oh, well, them truck drivers just barreling past me. Well, in most cases, 70, 75 miles an hour. Lots of cases, like with Swift and Snyder and some of the other companies, you're lucky to see them over 60, 65. Some of the companies I've driven for, some of the trucks I've driven, were regulated at 68 miles an hour. And that's it. That's as fast as you can go. So when you're out there on the interstate, where everybody else is going 75, you're doing 68. And that's on downhill. Uphill, you might hit it down to about 64. So, yeah, it sucks. And, we're sitting there the hard as we can trying to get moving. And, like right now, I've got a car in front of me. And I got to give them space. And a lot of you guys, you'll come up and past us and then cut in between me and the vehicle in front of me. Then I have to slow down that much more. And there's a reason I have about a semi's length of space between me and the car in front of me. Because I need that to stop. I actually need a little bit more than that to stop. And why most people will sit there and they're watching a vehicle in front of them and the traffic coming at them. I'm watching watching the vehicle in front of me, the vehicle in front of him, the vehicle in front of that. As far as I can see up, I'm watching. I'm looking for brake lights. I see brake lights way up there. I start slowing down, and then you're behind me, and you think I'm an ass. Pardon my French. You think I'm doing it to take and cause you a problem or ruin your day. That's not the case. I'm avoiding whatever's potentially making that car stop. And I'm trying to see and figure out why he hit his brakes like he did. So that way the cars in front of me, whenever they start braking, I have time to stop. So please understand, in most cases, I'm not going to say all of them, because I'm going to tell you point blank, there are some drivers in the seat of a semi that absolutely should not be in a vehicle at all, especially something that can haul up to, with the truck and trailer, 80,000 pounds. So I'm right there with you on that. There are drivers that should not be on the road, period. But to get back on subject, give us a space, give us the room. If we give you a space in between us, or give another vehicle space in between us, don't take that space away from us by passing us and getting in between. All you're going to do is slow me down, make me back up, slowing the person that's behind me down again. In city traffic, yeah, we're a little bit closer. We're not going to highway speeds like I am now. So we're a little bit closer. But again, why most people are only paying attention to what's directly around them. As a driver, right now I've got 2, 4, 6, 7 mirrors. And I'm talking to you, and I'm looking forward, I'm looking at my mirrors. So when I'm looking this way, I'm not looking at you, I'm looking at my mirrors. I'm looking at that mirror and those 2 there. When I'm looking this way, because you'll see my head go, I'm looking at the 2 mirrors there, the 1 there, seeing where I'm at on the line sometimes, because if I've got wide loads or something coming, I watch that line and make sure that I'm not taking myself off the side of the road. I watch the line in there. So there's a lot more things that a driver behind the wheel of a semi has to pay attention to. So if you're out there, again, I'm going to say this every chance I get, wave, say hi. It makes us feel a little bit better, because you know what? We don't get to see our family. We don't get to see our loved ones. The only people that we do get to see is other truck drivers and the people that work at the stations and the stores that we go to. And that's it. And you know what? We get personal relationships with some of them. I've got a place that I go to in Colorado. Every time I stop in there, the people, hey, how you doing? They know me by name. They see me every day. They come up and shake my hands. That's great. It makes me feel good when I'm not home and people are doing that. So please, have some respect for the drivers that are out there. Understand that they've got stresses and strains that you might not know. And it's bad enough we don't get to go home. It's bad enough we don't get to see our family. And like today, my fiance was asking, are you done after this load? As far as I know, I am. But that doesn't mean something doesn't change and somebody goes, hey, I can't take that load, can somebody else? And I get stuck with it again. And it's not a bad thing. I'll do it, because one, the loads have to be delivered. Do I want to get home? Yes, I do. But I also have bills to pay, and that one more load will help pay off another bill. We all have bills. But anyhow, I'm going to cut this one off. I think I've talked enough for this video. I'll have some more coming up soon. Please subscribe and say hi. And God bless you guys. I love you all. And I'll talk at you soon.